How is it possible to work very, very hard every single day and not move forward? And I failed in life. Even though I had a lot of talent, a lot of intellect, a lot of ambition, good work ethic, and I failed. And the day I discovered the reason why I was failing is the day my life turned around. I failed, ladies and gentlemen, because I had a diluted vision. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alpha Success Television Network. My name is Mario Pedro Gould. Powerful, powerful, the power of a vision to propel you in the direction of your dreams. So fundamental. So fundamental. So I have been struggling with my different enterprises. Make just enough money to just be a day short on my bills. And it didn't make sense to me. I've been working for a very long time, close to 10 years, and not getting anywhere. So, I used to hear all the time people talking about the power of vision, how visioning is important, and, all this stuff. And I just shoot it away. I was like, you know what, I'm going to get mine. I'm just going to do it. That's the ego speaking. And I came across a gentleman who, in a 4-year period, by the age of 26 years old, he was making $50,000 a month. Now, if you meet someone 26 years old making $50,000 a month, you better listen to that individual. So, they asked him, what is it that you do every single day? What are the practices, the modus operandi that you do to achieve the level of success that you have achieved? And he said that the first thing I do every single day when I get up is I look at my why, I look at my vision for doing what I do. And I decided to, I had tried every single thing and failed. I decided to give it a shot after a very frustrating struggle with my business. So I got up one day and I just said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit down and really get to figure out, what my vision is. And I read a book on the power of vision. Richard Bliss book. It's called March 2, with your hair on fire. I got to show you this book, so you got to hold on. I got to show you this book. So that's the book. It's called March 2 with Your Hair on Fire, The Art of Personal Vision and Self-Motivation. I read this book and it described to me the best way to do the visioning process. And I embarked on it. It cost me about 3-4 hours. I got my little book going on and I started writing my vision for how I want to live in 3 years' time. And the way he describes you writing your vision is you write it like a movie, like the pictures that are showing in Titanic and, all the action in Rambo, all the colors, the senses, the feelings, the emotions. So, I started writing down my goals, and I'm writing it in present tense. I'm number one income earner in my company. Everything I'm writing down here, I'm describing the stage. I'm describing when I'm being called up to speak, how the speech is beginning, the emotions that I'm feeling, how the speech ends, the words that I use when I'm finishing the speech. This is like mark you 3 years down the road. And I'm writing everything in real life time. I'm talking about how I'm living my life in terms of, the luxuries that I have, what I've done for my mom, the kind of woman that I have, intricate details. and why I'm doing my business. And this is all in real time. So it's interesting. When I was writing this stuff down, I was, gosh, crying everywhere. I was like, holy, this is good stuff. And I finished writing my vision, 3 hours later on. And the moment I finished writing my vision, I was so scared to read it because it was an individual that I don't even know. So I went ahead and again, I've talked to you guys about this before. My favorite toy in the whole world is a tape recorder. I keep track of my thoughts in here. And I recorded everything that I had written in my vision. And I went ahead and, and started playing it because I don't want to walk around everywhere reading. I just started listening to it. And the moment I started listening to it, an interesting thing happened. The person that I'm hearing on the tape 3 years from now is not the person that I am today. Wow. Shaky feeling. The person that I'm listening in the tape is not the person that I am today. So immediately I noticed a gap between where I am and where I want to be. And initially when I'm listening to the tape, it sounds ridiculous because I got mega goals. If you listen to my goals, you'll think I'm cuckoo. I don't think I'm cuckoo. I dream big. So when I discovered the gap, that gives me a new fountain of self-motivation. So every morning, I'm going to be listening to this. When I'm in the gym, I'm listening to this. When I'm driving in my car, I'm listening to it. I'm listening to myself talking about what I'm doing 3 years from now. And that gives me self-motivation. And with self-motivation, you start acting in a different way. You start walking in a different way. You have a different glow about you. You become attractive because you're a man who's sure of your direction, and majority of people are sheep. They want to follow the man or the woman who's sure of their direction. So that is the power of an impelling vision that is written like a movie script in real time, in full colors, senses, emotions, engaging everything. Record it, play it over and over again in the morning, before you go to sleep, and you start acting differently. The biggest lesson that I learned, I grew up broke and destitute. I had no money, so I had to do all sorts of things to get money, and so I thought like a broke and destitute person. The biggest obstacle in my journey towards success has been to learn to think how successful people think. And if you learn how to think like successful people think, you'll do what they do and you get the results that they get. And successful people do visions. Successful people have pictures. I got my Bentley GTC there, all that stuff. So it stays in your mind and you act differently and you create different results. So ladies and gentlemen, my wish for you is that you go home and compel a powerful, epic, mega, magnificent vision. Write it down, record it, listen to it, and you too can be a gold standard champion. Have a wonderful evening.